We started this process of the mayor's race, a few weeks back. And what we were doing at that time is I was showing you how you had to start the process from the standpoint of being able to go down to Government Center and appropriately get the documentation necessary to get yourself involved in the election. Well, this here is a very similar portion of the process. Now we're at the other end of it. And what we want to do is that, yes, I can run and a number of other people can run for mayor, but if there's nobody out there to vote for them, then that becomes a problem. So we're sitting here, and I'm sitting here with my friend Danny, who has to be able to register, and we're going to walk you through this process because I think it's extremely important that you know the process. For one, you can actually do some of this online, but there's a form that you can get. And what we're going to do is we're going to have Danny describe, because he has the site up, exactly how hard or difficult it was or how easy it was. And I think that you'll find that from his conversation that it's a pretty easy process.
Yeah, it was actually pretty simple. So if you go on just the Secretary of State for Ohio's website, there's a tab right up top that says Election and Voting. You go to the Voters tab and you click Register to Vote. And up here pops a nice side menu. You can go to the form and you can print it off and mail it in. And if you think you might be registered, like I thought I was registered before we got here, check to see if I was registered, and real simple, first, last name, enter. Found out I wasn't registered here or back home in Geauga County. So now it's time to print out this form and get it in. I have to get this in kind of soon though, don't I?
You do, and that's the other part about this process. If in trying to rush it through, we have probably less than 30 days before this election, and so you have to be able to move fairly quickly. So the form itself is pretty simple. It asks for the voter's name, voter's address, where you live, your county, your zip code, and all of it is sort of very, very, very easy. There's no difficult parts. You have to be at least 18 years old to be able to vote in the state of Ohio, and so that is one of the things that you definitely have to have. But the form itself is pretty general. And I personally also just a couple days ago, because I had to be able to re-register myself because of a postal box. And when you get a post box, sometimes it gets confusing to the system. I found it funny though that they knew where I was at because they sent it to my post box. So, but sometimes you have to work through those complications, and some of it's redundant, but it's a very quick process. You're able to get through the form in less than probably 5 to 10 minutes max.
If you're doing it online, you can just, I could fill it out right on their website right here and print it. And it's a fillable PDF, so it's pretty easy.
And obviously, if you're watching this on Periscope, you have a computer, but if you have other friends who have not registered and they don't have a computer, one of the ways to do this is to come to a place like the Singer Library branch, which we're at right now doing this, and be able to use the computers. They have a printer that will print up this particular form, and it will allow for you to make the registration. The other part is that if you're confused about what to do right here in this particular county, you could go to lucascountyvotes.org, and right there is a site that pulls up that lets you know what you need to be able to do in Lucas County. Also, to be able to turn this form in, this form has to go to the Board of Elections, so you have to be able to get that to them, and there's information on what you need to be able to do that. So the process isn't hard, but we just need people to vote. And regardless of whether you're voting for me or whoever you're voting for, it's not necessarily about the candidate. It's about the issue that a lot of people, especially in the past, have died over this issue of being able to have the right to vote. And so the least you can do is register to vote and go out and vote. So Danny, is there anything else you'd like to add to it?
Nope, just try to fill out this form.
Looks like you're getting it done. So thank you for paying attention to this. Register and go out and vote.